Well, welcome to the show. It's the D1NZ D1NZ National Drifting Championship Series coming to you from Manfeild, Circuit Chris Amon, a new name for the facility to honour the Kiwi Formula One legend.
Yeah, that's right. Steve, Daniel and myself, Kenny Ruddle from Oversteer TV. We are bringing you the top 8 coverage here from Manfeild Raceway. It is round 2 of the D1NZ, and already our pole sitter Dane and Tepperman already knocked out by our Australian international Matty Hill. And if you missed last week's show, it's time to go over the competition elements for the round. In round 2 here, our judging team for the weekend, Brendan Dunker, of course, our line judge for 2017, 14 years behind the wheel, 35 points to dish out.
Another 35 points will be scored under the watchful eye of Dan Mackey, 15 years experience in the sport, based out of Sydney, Australia.
Our final judge is Pro Sport Series driver Kyle Jackways, another D1 veteran with 14 years in the race suit. He slots in as style judge, and who better to take us for a hot lap around the fast-flowing Manfeild circuit? Our round winner here last year, Fanger Dan Woolhouse, 2-time New Zealand champion.
Well, it's a rolling start here at round 2 into the first staging area, an outside clip before entering the left-hander.
Coming off that transition zone where the front and the rear of the car need to be through that scoring area, left-hand clip there on the left-hand side of the track, switching on over. They need to be careful not to push wide on that ripple strip before this inside zone where the front of the car needs to be. And then it is a quick layup into this final sector, very late clipping point here through the hairpin. You need to be very careful with your speed on entry through to the hairpin, but of course it is a big rolling burnout to finish, and you'll see the demon flags there ending the section as we head into our penalties.
Well, penalties for the round are straightforward. A wheel off is a points deduction. 2 wheels off will result in a 0 score. Straight lines and spins will also knock you out of contention. Correction scored in real time.
In our battle proximity for the round, we'll see the drivers aiming for the rear quarter of the lead car, and of course the lead car needs to set the qualifying line. The chase car needs to match or better that performance, and of course must not progress further than the A-pillar.
Well, that's what the judges are looking for. Here's the top 8 battle time. Matty Hill performance S15 going up against Dave Stedman in the Ryco 24/7 S14.
Bruce Tannock lines up against good friend Cole Armstrong in the V-Energy 250 GT. Fanger Dan will take on Darren Kelly in the Nissan GTR course. Fanger in the Century Batteries Holden.
Well, the first battle on the show will be up against the brothers. It's Tom Marshall versus Joe Marshall, a pair of evergreen tyres S15s.
Team ATJ based out of the far north, Kere. Both of the Marshall brothers in their 2nd or 3rd year now in the Pro Championship as Joe Marshall leads out Tom Marshall in the chase.
Well, Tom running a wide line as he comes and tries to tuck in back out of the final section, powering out 2 ATJ evergreen tyres S15, hard to tell apart.
Joe Marshall finishing out his lead lap. Tom Marshall now, what can he do in the lead? And of course, it does get a little bit confusing at times, Steve, because both of them have S15 fronts despite being different chassis.
Yeah, well, a slight bobble coming through for Joe as he chases down his brother Tom Marshall. Tom powering through that centre section and through that inner zone.
Joe Marshall getting lost in the smoke, perhaps stacks on the angle, hard on the handbrake to try and line up this last section. And well, it went to an OMT. Joe Marshall and Tom Marshall unable to be separated.
So it's a higher qualifier. Joe Marshall will lead out. Joe Marshall, of course, in the 180 S6 S15 front. He'll power into the first part of the section.
Oh, big mistake there from Tom Marshall trying to line up that chase run. So Joe Marshall again out in front in that 180 S6. It does get confusing with both of these teammates, both brothers. Team HEJ from the far north leading out. So Joe Marshall leads out Tom Marshall. I'm going to call advantage to brother Joe right now because the chase car had a mistake, pushing too wide over the ripple strip.
Well, I know the winner will obviously be the Evergreen Tyres machine, but which will it be? Will it be J Marshall? Will it be T Marshall? It's Tom, it's Joe. It's the first section coming in and issues for one of the cars.
Oh, looks like mechanical dramas there for Joe Marshall. So it's a little bit easier now from seeing double from the last couple of runs, but Tom Marshall now safely leading out in front. It will be a 0 for Joe, and there it is, the win to Tom Marshall in the Evergreen S15.
Congratulations, Tom, you're through. How was that battle for you?
Oh, it was good fun. Always good battling my brother. You know, we're pretty even at driving, so luck of the draw. I think he's just broke an axle, so it's a bit of a shame, but
We'll soon find out, but congratulations. Mechanical dramas, was that your axle?
Yeah, I think I broke the right-hand axle, I think, so yeah, which sucks because I had a good lead run and like I say, just on initiation, just straight line, yeah. No good.
Get out that car and cheer on your brother.
Well, great stuff there from Tom and Joe Marshall, the brothers from the far north. Well, skipping to another far north driver based out of Whangarei, Dan Woolhouse, two-time New Zealand champ, leading out Darren Kelly, the former pro champion as well as Development Series champion back in the day. And Whanga Dan doing a good job in the lead here, the Century Batteries Holden Commodore.
Well, it's a new car, the R35 GTR, the Nissan Skyline of Darren Kelly. He tries to close up, hasn't got the proximity at the moment. Judges will be probably ruling in the way of Whanga Dan.
Yeah, perhaps a slight points advantage to Whanga Dan as we swap over. Whanga Dan now in the chase position. And of course, this is a bit of a repeat of the round one battle. So Whanga Dan will want to try and get victory here over Darren Kelly after Darren Kelly took the win at round one. What can they pull out of the bag? Oh, Whanga's made a mistake, Steve.
Big mistakes. We've seen one, possibly two wheels off coming through, and Whanga just throwing it away. Darren Kelly will power out of the circuit. The R35 Nissan Skyline GTR will go through and take the win.
It was a wild battle. It was a good first pass. You get lost in the smoke a bit there.
Yeah, you've got to go by feel, and you're sitting in the smoke. You can't see where you're going. It's like you're just waiting for the timing. You think, yeah, I've got to switch here, and as soon as you switch through the smoke, you keep your foot up it, and you're off. You know.
Whanga managed to get a bit of a gap on you at first, but you're a bit lucky there.
That feels good, yeah. It's I thought it was a bit hard to chase him. It was he just got away from me at the start. It was real hard to close that gap, but yeah, had to make up for it in that lead run and just gave it 110%. So yeah, stoked.
Well, it's the third battle in the top 8. On the left-hand side is Bruce Tannock, the Achilles Radials S13, going up against the V-Energy 250 GT. It's Cole Armstrong.
Cole Armstrong. Oh, is he taking a bit of a bite there through that inside clip? So Tannock looking pretty strong right now in the Achilles Radial S13. Can Cole Armstrong claw something back out of this, Steve?
Well, one of the things, of course, with the S13 of Bruce Tannock, he does do double duty driving in the Pro Sport category. This is certainly doing him a lot of good.
Yeah, that's right. Tannock fresh from competing in the Pro Sport series earlier in the day. So he's bolted on the 265s and back in the Pro class on the semi-slicks. He's now in the chase run. So he's got fresh seat time at hand up against Cole Armstrong, but he seems to be faltering a little bit there. Armstrong with a stronger lead run.
Well, Armstrong, one of the most aggressive drivers in the D1NZ, that V-Energy 250 GT, powering out of the hairpin here at Manfeild.
Well, Armstrong and Tannock, tight one to call, and it's an OMT from the judges.
I'm here with Bruce Tannock. The switch has been flicked, lots of aggression. What's going on?
No, well, Cole, I trust his driving 100%, and I hope he trusts mine 100%. He tried to rub me up on the front straight, but that's cool. He's the first dude to encourage you if you're having a bad day, so I love battling Cole, and hey, if we come out on top, that'd be awesome.
Lots of aggression from Bruce. If you win or lose, do you mind either way at this point?
Nah, I gotta get another run against him, man. Me and Bruce have been doing it since a long time, and he's too up on me. I don't know. What did he just drive out of his pants in that run? You watch his next run, he'll spin or something.
Time for the OMT. The judges could not separate these two drivers, two great mates on and off the track, but already, Steve, hand out the window, Tannock has pulled out of the drift.
Well, I think Cole Armstrong called it in that interview. He said that something would go wrong. What a fantastic drive in the first one, but issues for the Achilles Radials, the S13. I wonder what's happened.
Well, not the way that Armstrong would have wanted to win, so mechanical dramas puts Tannock out, and that puts Armstrong in. He takes victory through to the top 4.
Well, let's go to the next battle. It's the Ryco 24/7 Mimico S14 of Dave Steadman going up against the Australian, the Three Fingers Need S15 of Matty Hill, getting covered in smoke as he comes through that section. Almost looked like a mistake.
Yeah, looks like a wheel off there through the transition. On another wheel off for Matty Hill, so big dirt drop there for Matty Hill. The judges would have seen that. Nice and clean and consistent by Dave Steedman out in that lead run.
Well, let's look at the second half of this battle. Matty Hill this time, he will lead out. Of course, he is going to know the mistake, but so is Dave Steadman. Steadman, the Mimico Ryco 24/7 S14 tucks in underneath. He will just need to finish the circuit.
Matty Hill leading out, based out of Australia, the four-man's performance S15, 2JZ up against the Nissan RB in the rear, and another perhaps pushing a little bit too wide there for Matty Hill. And there you have it, Dave Steedman grabbing the win. Matty Hill knocked out of the top 8.
Well, let's go straight to the Link ECU replay. Let's see what went wrong for Matty Hill. So as he comes into this part here under his chase run, right rear tyre off.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Points deduction here for Matty Hill. So same mistake for Matty Hill in both passes.
Hey, I'm here with Matty Hill. Hey, Matty, I did see you go 3 wheels a couple of times in that hairpin. Is tensions high now?
Yeah, it's getting closer to the top 4 and the top 2, so yeah, it's getting pretty killer.
How do you think you went with that one?
Wow, that was a tough battle, man. It's you know, it's so awesome to be involved with these Aussie boys over here drifting with us. You know, Matty's such a good driver, and yeah, that's a tough call. I don't know who went through.
Congratulations, you're through.
Oh, nice.
Well, a great victory for Team DSR's Dave Steedman. Stick around for more drifting action after the break. Fantastic cameraman, check this out. Move the hands away, straight out of money because drift car.
We've trialled the car. It's a beast. It no shortage of power. It's it's doing everything it should do, making all the right noises, and it's looking good. So stoked.
Hey, fantastic to see a great crowd supporting the place.
Oh, definitely, man. Like, I think Manfeild always puts it on, and the weather's good. So, bring on the battles after lunch.
Oh, hey, they've got the new posters out.
Beautiful, aren't they? Very nice.
They are very nice. But look, check out these ones here. There you go. Check this one out here, cameraman. Do you know why?
Oh, mate, some real good dude made these ones for us. I think his name's Steve.
All right, that's just a shameless plug. Car's looking good, guys. It took me a season to work out the difference between, Ben and Troy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Troy. This is Ben. But yeah.
You guys enjoying your drifting?
Yeah, awesome weekend. Good to be down here at Manfeild again. We haven't been here for a little while, so definitely turned it on with the weather. So yeah.
How many bones have you broken? Normally from 2 wheels, am I right?
Yeah, normally 2 wheels. I think I'm up to about 16 now, and 2 internal organs just to boot it in there. So yeah, I'm pretty good at hurting myself. So cars are a bit safer, I think.
Cars are a bit safer. You keep doing the car thing. That's a pretty cool look. He's got found a Demon sticker for his shirt. That's what I like to see. New posters this year?
Yeah, we've got cartoon designs of our cars, so pretty funky.
You enjoying the drifting? I mean, I know you've done a lot. Both of you went to Ibiza in the off-season, of course, Japan.
Yeah, man, that's next level. That's a lot of fun over there. You're doing a lot of driving, so a lot of seat time, yeah.
When are we going to see you go back and take the Milwaukee Tools S15 back to a 2JZ?
I don't think you'll see that anytime soon, man. V8 all day.
Well, welcome back to the Demon Energy D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It's round 2 from Manfeild Race Circuit Chris Amon, and we are now down to the top 4. Semi-final time, Dave Steedman lining up against Cole Armstrong, Darren Kelly lining up against Tom Marshall. So it's the Nissan Skyline R35 of Darren Kelly who will lead the way. He's got Tom Marshall, the Evergreen Tyres S15, already a gap to start. Yeah, Kelly pulling on a very good lap here in the lead. Marshall dropping back now. There's 2 or 3 car lengths in that, and now Kelly puts the hammer down. There is just smoke pouring out of that Nissan GTR. Can Tom Marshall get back onto the proximity here? Can he get back through this last section? Oh, he doesn't really close it back up, so Kelly looking really strong in the first pass. Certainly lost in a haze for Tom Marshall. He will get his chance to lead out this time. Darren Kelly into chase. Here we go, into the first section. Oh, semi-final time, and oh, Kelly's gone. He's cooked it. Kelly's cooked it on the entry, and Tom Marshall is looking really strong right now. Kelly trying to rectify his issue. Well, Darren Kelly, he did enough to get advantage into the first one, but that mistake is going to cost him. Tom Marshall going through to his first ever final. We'll go to the Link ECU replay, and this is where it all went wrong for Darren Kelly. Just did not get that layup into that transition right, got it all wrong. See you later, says Tom Marshall, 2JZ all day. Well, Tom Marshall moving forward into his first final, but who will he take? He's got 2 Tauranga locals. It's the Battle of Tauranga. Dave Steedman chases down the V-Energy 250 GT of Cole Armstrong. Big mistake to start. Oh, Armstrong well off the track. Huge. That's going to be a 10-0 score. He's pulled right out of it. So Armstrong getting that transition wrong. The Mimico Max Mufflers Ryko 24/7 machine looking strong. Steedman holding the advantage. Well, Cole Armstrong is not going to be happy. Under the helmet will be a lot of heat. Let's see what happens as he comes through. Link ECU replay, left side of the car, the left front, hitting the ripple strip. I think it's sent him across the track. Yeah, maybe something mechanical also gone wrong for Armstrong. He just didn't seem to catch it. So Steedman looking really strong. Well, Dave Steedman, he holds onto his drift, throwing it into that second part of the section, powering out. He's going to know he's going to have a huge advantage going through against Cole Armstrong. Second half of the battle now. Second half now, rolling start here at Manfeild for round 2. What's Cole Armstrong going to pull out of the bag? Right on the rear quarter straight away. He knows he's got to perform really strongly here. Oh, mistake there for Steedman. Armstrong right up in there. Is he going to hold it? Steedman, what's going on?
Well, Cole Armstrong knows that his mistake was 10-0. He's trying to force a mistake. He's trying to close the gap as he comes right up on his rear guard. Powering out of this section is going to be the win to Dave Steedman, but what a chase by Cole Armstrong.
We'll go to the Link ECU replay. It was a 10-0 advantage to Dave Steedman, and this is where Armstrong just really put everything on the line.
Yeah, I've lost the clutch. As you've seen on that first one, I was a dumbass and pulled the handbrake and stalled the car. But anyway, that second run, I just balls it out. I hit it up, Dave. We're going to go for this third, fourth battle. Hopefully we can stay on the podium. It's a bit different with no clutch, I'll tell you that much, but I give it all our everything, and hopefully we can keep it up there.
I've made top 4, but this is my first podium.
So he's made top 4, but this is his first podium, and I'm pretty sure you're through. So good luck.
Well, let's have a look. The top 8 is done, the top 4 is done. It's time for the finals. It's Dave Steedman, Tom Marshall. Neither of them have ever tasted the top step before.
That's right, so that means Darren Kelly and Cole Armstrong are going to battle for 3rd and 4th place. Now, these two guys are in the top part of the championship title fight. Series leader Cole Armstrong leading out Darren Kelly.
Well, Darren Kelly certainly struggling through the haze coming off the back end of the V-Energy 250 GT. Darren trying to get onto the back end of Cole Armstrong, struggling.
Armstrong just out in front with, mistake there for Armstrong, and he nearly doesn't catch it on the exit too, so mistakes for both Armstrong and Darren Kelly.
So Darren Kelly pulling up next to Cole Armstrong. Let's have a look at the Link ECU replay. Well, the V-Energy 250 GT of Cole Armstrong. We saw in the first section he got it wrong with the right-hand side of the car. Then he grabs the inside lip as he goes through out of the hairpin.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. So the judges would have seen all of that. Mistakes for both of these drivers now. Armstrong, I'm going to call a slight advantage to Kelly, maybe 1 point in it. But what can Armstrong do now in the chase? The Nissan GTR leading out. It's RB30, RB30, Nissan versus Nissan. What's going to happen?
Well, Cole Armstrong, we saw him in that battle versus Dave Steedman. He tried to get right up on the door, and he's doing it again. Darren Kelly leads the way, but how close can Cole Armstrong get into the final hairpin?
Oh, he tries to go for the dive. Is he going to hold it? He does. Oh, no, he's pulled out of it. So Darren Kelly is going to take the win.
So Darren Kelly takes 3rd place. Cole Armstrong will have to settle for 4th. Link ECU replay, and you see there he goes straight across the grass.
Yeah, that's right. So mistake there from Armstrong, and that gave him a little bit more proximity because he was a little bit too shallow.
And of course, finishing in an absolute haze of Nissan Skyline GTR smoke.
This is that dive from Armstrong. He really put everything on the line. It just didn't come together for him, though.
You know, as they say, we have to put the balls to the wall, and having no clutch, it just goes to the floor. So it was a bit different trying to shift with no gears, no clutch, no handbrake. But hey, it was fit. I think we had a pretty good chase. It's hard trying to slow the car down, but pretty happy.
Now, Darren, he put down some crazy runs despite no clutch, but he did mess up a little bit on his chase. You think that's enough for you to go through?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what the judges say, but yeah, massive credit to him for that. That was insane. To do that with no clutch, it's not easy.
Well, Cole Armstrong, an amazing driving there without clutch. Obviously, the pedal was going to the floor, but it is now time for the final. Tom Marshall up against Dave Steedman.
Well, you one of the best. You've got them to abreast. It's the D1NZ D1NZ final. Dave Steedman, the Ryko 24/7 Mimico S14 leads Tom Marshall. The first time one of them will reach the top step.
That's right, Steve. Both of these drivers coming up through the ranks. It's great to see them performing at the top end. And Steedman, perhaps just a little bit of an advantage there in his lead run.
Well, let's check out the Link ECU replay. You see Dave Steedman powering him through that first section and Marshall pushing out really wide into that second part of the lap.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. The judges wanted you to take a mid-track approach through that transition. So Marshall falling off that judged line that you really need to set to score maximum points. What can he do now, though, in the lead? What can he pull out of the bag? Steedman putting on a committed chase run here through the first sector, falters a little bit, puts the hammer back down. Oh, Marshall goes wide again. That's just going to open the door for Dave Steedman.
Steedman tucking up underneath. Will this be Dave Steedman's first ever D1NZ win? They power out of the hairpin. I think it's going to be enough.
Oh, what a final. Steedman, you've got to say, holding the advantage.
Well, Dave Steadman, we see he comes through here. There is a gap starting to form, but then this is where it closes right up. Maybe shallows the line, but this is when he gets right on the back bumper.
Tom, that was crazy. Any final words?
Oh, I'm just stoked, to be in the top two is a wicked feeling, first time. So it was a good battle with Dave. Was just see what the outcome was.
Good luck, man. First time finalists too. Any final words?
Oh, that was sick to go off like that. You know, I don't know who's got that one, but man, that was sweet. Awesome to battle Tom. Made it to the finals. Awesome day.
Good luck.
Well, exciting stuff from our finalists. It was a great battle between the two. RB30 versus 2JZ. Who's it going to be? Steedman. We looked like he was going to hold the advantage, and here it is. Dave Steedman grabbing the victory for round 2 here at Manfeild Raceway.
What a fantastic result for all three drivers. Tom Marshall, of course, finishing in second place, and a great effort for the second time up for Darren Kelly in that beautiful Nissan R35.
All right, Dave Steedman, round winner here at Manfeild. Must be an awesome feeling to finally get that top spot.
Oh, mate, we've had top fours, but finally get a podium and put it on the top step, absolutely wrapped.
Championship goals, perhaps?
Oh, mate, we're always pushing. That's the goal, you know. We always want to be up here on the top spot, so we'll keep trying.
One for the RBs?
Oh, RB is where it's at, mate. RB30 going strong.
All right, Tom Marshall, second place. Must be a good feeling here, round 2 at Manfeild.
Oh yeah, I'm stoked, Dave, with the result. The weekend went well, the car went well, and my crew, you know, kept the car on its wheels the whole time, and that was the end result, so I'm stoked.
Stoked to see a top 4 full of turbos.
Yeah, of course, mate. 2JZ, tough.
Well, that wraps up round 2 of the Demon Energy D1NZ, and the championship points. A bit of a shake-up. Steedman bumping up into third place. Armstrong still holding that series lead.
What a fantastic result. Congratulations to Dave Steedman, the Ryco 24/7 Mimico crew. Excited after that fantastic result. Tune in next week where we're going to Bay Park, another concrete jungle. More information, D1NZ.com.